And we are back. I am Dale Lolley. He is the Matt Williamson. And we're pleased to be joined now on the phone by Steelers strong safety DeShon Elliott. And DeShon, we welcome you to the show. How you doing?
Great to have you.
Have you gotten used to hearing Steelers strong safety DeShon Elliott yet?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of. What do you think? What does it sound like to you? How does that sound to you?
It sounds pretty good to me, especially you keep making plays like you did on Sunday. You can be the strong safety as long as you want.
Hey, I'm gonna make sure I stay healthy. As long as I'm healthy, you'll see plays from me.
DeShon, that first game, you go out there and obviously you've played against the Steelers in the past. In your time with Baltimore and the Lions in Miami, you've seen this. What was it like when you walked out for warm-ups and you look up in the stands and you see all those Steeler fans in Atlanta?
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't realize that they were there until we were actually playing the game with the first quarter of the game. And I think we were on defense and it got kind of loud and I was like, wait, this is crazy. And then obviously throughout the game, just like, well, that's really wild how they go out of the way to pay their money, fly and all that to really come wherever it is around the country to support us. We're at practice talking about it today. We're just like, yeah, but it doesn't matter where you go. Just know we're going to have the fans. The fans are going to come with us. So hopefully a lot of them come out to Denver because we're going to need it.
DeShon, I watched the game live on TV and thought, wow, he had a really good game, a lot of impactful plays. But when I went back and watched the All-22, I thought it was even more impressive just singling you out. And what immediately jumped out to me was his film study must have been exceptional this week. Did you feel like you had a really good bead on what the Falcons were trying to do?
Yeah, I would say so. I tried my best to watch a lot of tape. That's kind of something that I've always done in my career because of the players I've played with. Like Eric Weddle was one of my vets when I was a rookie. So I kind of like study with him a lot. I really used to follow him around, kind of like how Herbert follows TJ. It's kind of like a big brother thing.
Is Minkah a good influence too?
It's a great influence,
I
obviously. Bet. Plus, you can't be in a room with Minkah and not try to be better. Like he's very smart. He's a very instinctual player. So I'm trying to do as much as I can to match his abilities. As of right now, I've done it, but the NFL is about being consistent, and consistency that wins championships, and that also at the end of the day gets everybody paid. So,
DeShon, the interception that you had on the pass over the middle, before you even caught the ball, Dante Jackson is celebrating because he knew you had it.
He's pointing the other way already.
He's already pointing the other way and celebrating. He's like, oh, yeah, DeShon's got that one. What's that relationship been like with the two of you coming in here and being kind of the new guys in that starting lineup?
Honestly, it's been great because of like how I know D-Jack. Me and D-Jack came out of school at the same time. We were at the combine together. I've been knowing him for a while. So that, and then also like during training camp, we were in Latrobe, so we had the opportunity to really get to know your teammates. And me and D-Jack were just hanging out one night. And he was like, bro, what if the first game we both go out there, we both ball against the Super Bowl? That'd be crazy. And then it happened. And so after both happened, we were on the sideline. He's like, bro, do you remember what I told you, bro? And I was like, oh, shit. Oh, my God, it did happen. So, it's just really cool. And over time, our relationship has grown, whether it's been in the last couple of weeks or since I've been knowing him since we came out of college. So it's really cool, man. Like, actually, we have a couple guys in my class who ended up being on this team. It's me, Minkah as well, and then even now Terrell Edmonds is back, so he's also in there too. We're all in that same class, so it's really cool just to be able to get my first pick, my first game as a Steeler. So that's really cool. And it got me a chance to really show the Steeler fan base like what I'm about and what I can do, what I can bring to the table on a week in, week out basis when I prepare how I should.
That's awesome. And speaking of relationships on the team, how about fellow Longhorn Ryan Watts? Unfortunately, we're not going to see him the rest of the year, but I thought he was really exciting. And what can we expect for him next year when he comes back?
I think Ryan, he was a corner in college, and he's a big corner, 6'3", like 214. So He has the intangibles physically. He has it athletically. It'll be in between the ears, and obviously that can be hard. That transition 1 and 2, he's having to sit out the rest of the season because of his injury. But the thing is that Ryan is a very smart player, and he was catching on safety very well, very fast. So it's very disappointing, and eventually he will get a chance to get back out there and get to it. But like we'll miss him. He'll be okay.
DeShon, one of the things that Matt and I talk about a lot about on the show is when Joey Porter Jr. is following or shadowing the other team's best receiver from side to side. That changes the jobs or some of the things that you guys, the rest of the back end, has to do in terms of responsibilities. Does it not?
I mean, I wouldn't say it changes anything. It just makes it, in a way, easier. We know that Joey's gonna go out there and do what Joey does. And Joey, since he stepped on that field, whether it was college or NFL, he's gonna be a shutdown corner. He's gonna get his hands on somebody. So at the end of the day, we just know, Joey, do your thing, and we'll play within the scheme around you.
You've played with some really good corners in your career already, in Baltimore and some of the guys you played with.
And Miami.
And Miami as well. Where do you see his trajectory? I mean, this is just year 2 for him. He hasn't even started a full season yet.
I've told Joey this. I said, if you are serious about being the greatest corner that Pittsburgh has ever had, then you need to take each day serious, meticulously, and just day in and day out, like get in that book, like study your tape, because he has intangibles, obviously, 6'3", 205. Like, I told him, like, bro, I play with Jalen Ramsey, and you have the size, you have the ability to get your hands on somebody at the line, and you have the ability to really lock guys down. The thing is that you need to start taking each day as if it's your last, and I think that's something that he started to catch on to, and I think that this year will be a great year for him. I think he had a pretty good game the other day. When it came to what his assignment was to do in that game, whether he came down to tackle as a big corner or whether he was covering somebody. So I think he will just grow, and guys are the same. We'll all keep our health, and so everything will go exactly how he wanted it to be. I mean, I kind of have a great trajectory for this, not only the defense, but also for the secondary. I know in the past it probably hasn't been the better of secondaries when it comes to Pittsburgh culture, but I think with the guys we have, the intangibles that we have, the communication that we do, and our camaraderie, I think we can be a great secondary.
In terms of you've also, especially in the preseason, you've been asked to play in the slot a lot.
Yeah.
What's that like for? I mean, you're a strong safety. You're a bigger guy. Is that matchup based, or is that just what the team wants to do on that particular play?
Honestly, it's more of like what the team wants to do. I'll line up wherever they want me to line up. Obviously, I've worked my butt off to get in the position for me to be trusted in those circumstances. Really, playing in a slot isn't. I mean, it's hard, obviously, but if you're a smart player and you study film, it kind of makes it a lot simpler for you. Even if you might not be the typical thought process when a team thinks of a slot corner.
Obviously, playing single high is like Minkah's specialty. Not that he can't do other things, but you also seem very comfortable doing that as well. That's kind of a rare thing to be able to do both, right?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, when I first got into the league, I was a strong safety, a box safety, and then something happened with a spot that was open for Baltimore. I ended up starting my last 2 years there. They wanted me to play free safety, so I was like, all right, that's fine. So I played it there, and over the years, I've been able to change my body to where I can play both. Because at one point in time, I was kind of heavy. Even when I first got here, I was kind of heavy, but now I'm back down to my normal weight, and I'm feeling great. I'm moving very fluid and as fast and quick as I've honestly ever probably moved. My body's honestly as healthy as it's been since I've got to the NFL. Because, I mean, I had a lot of injuries, if you know, being in the NFL. Out of the last 6 years of my life, I've probably been injured, what was it, four out of the last 6? So finally getting fully healthy and knowing how to have a regimen and how to take care of my body the way I should, I think is only up from here. God bless.
Well, as you mentioned in your introductory press conference over at the UPMC Rooney Sports Complex. You play a very physical style of football. That's going to lend itself to some of that stuff. But thank God you're healthy now and coming off a great game. Our guest has been DeShon Elliott, Steelers strong safety. DeShon, we appreciate your time here on the drive, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all.
All right, thanks. That was DeShon Elliott, Steelers strong safety, one of the new players in that secondary this year on that defense. And
immediate impact.
Man, yeah. He and Dante Jackson both picking off a pass in that first game. We'll see if they can carry that over into this next one. Obviously, the Steelers have been one of the better ball-hawking defenses in the league over the last few years. And Minkah Fitzpatrick, a big part of that. Now they've got a strong safety that they can pair with him that looks pretty good doing that too.
Yeah, and our listeners obviously can tell he's very well-spoken, smart young man too. But, again, I think he's a very high football IQ guy.
Yeah.
He breaks on the ball. He anticipated well. Did his homework, obviously. I mean, he has real good understanding of the position.
Absolutely. We're going to get to another break. He is Matt Williamson. I am Dale Lolley. You're listening to The Drive here on the Steelers Audio Network. We'll be back with more right after this.